Hello and welcome back to Kim Reads as we continue with stories from the Bible. The Fall of Jericho. After leading the Hebrew people out of Egypt and guiding them in the wilderness for 40 long years, Moses died. The Lord said to Joshua, "As I was with Moses, so I will be with you. You must lead these people so they can take the land I promised their fathers." Joshua told the leaders of the people to go prepare to cross the Jordan River. "Get your supplies ready. In 3 days the Lord will help us capture this land." Then Joshua sent out 2 spies to look closely at the city of Jericho. Inside the city, the men met a woman named Rahab. She hid them in her house when the king's guards came by. She gave them information about Jericho. In return, the Hebrew spies promised to protect her family when Joshua and his soldiers captured the city. Rahab tied a rope out of her window so the men could escape without being seen. They then crossed back over the river to report to Joshua. "Joshua, the people on the other side are very afraid of us," the spy said. They told him about Rahab. "Rahab says everyone in Jericho knows that the Lord is with us. She says that the men in Jericho are afraid to fight us. Surely the Lord has given us this land." It was a great day for the Hebrew people. After 40 years of wandering in the wilderness, the Lord led them at last to the riverbanks of the Jordan River. Over on the other side, the promised land, the land of milk and honey. With Joshua in the lead, the people crossed over to the river into the land that God so long ago had promised would be theirs. They stopped to worship and sing praises to the Lord. As Joshua finished his prayers, he looked up to see a man with a sword standing in front of him. "Are you a friend or an enemy?" Joshua asked. "Neither," the man replied. "I have come to command the Lord's army. Take off your sandals, and the place where you are standing is holy." Joshua realized that this man was an angel sent from God. "Does the Lord have a command for me, his servant?" he asked. The angel told him that the Hebrew people were to capture and destroy the great walled city of Jericho. "Joshua, gather all your fighting men. At the front, place priests carrying trumpets. March around Jericho 1 time every day. Do this for 6 days. On the 7th day, then march around the city 7 times. On that day, priests will blow the trumpets. The men will shout, and the walls of Jericho will fall." Early the next morning, the Hebrew soldiers lined up behind the priests. Silently, they marched outside the city. Tramp, tramp, tramp. Inside the walls, the people of Jericho were puzzled. Why did these strange soldiers march without making a sound? Tramp, tramp, tramp. The people grew more nervous. Were these men going to attack? The king of Jericho ordered the gates closed and placed more guards around the city. Tramp, tramp, tramp. 6 days of silent marching passed, and each day the people of Jericho became worried. The 7th day dawned. The Hebrew soldiers were ready to march up the first gleam of sunlight. Around Jericho 6 times they marched. Tramp, tramp, tramp. The 7th time Joshua cried, "Shout, men, shout, for the Lord has given us this city." The men stood and shouted with all their might. The priests blew their trumpet until they had no breath left, and left the thick stone walls of the city of Jericho crumbled like a clay pot. Inside, people screamed and ran, leaving everything behind them. Rahab, the woman who had helped the spies, was right. Most of the men of Jericho did not stay and fight. The Hebrews followed and easily defeated those who remained. The Lord ordered Joshua and his men to burn everything in the city of Jericho. Only things made of silver, gold, bronze, or iron were saved as gifts to God. Of all the people in Jericho, only Rahab and her family were allowed to live because of the help she gave Joshua's spies. That's the end of that story. See you later.